What's up everyone, it's Sam from 64 Wheels, back with more Diecasts, and today we have the newest 2023 Hot Wheels Retro Entertainment or Entertainment line. So this line goes by a few names. Some people call it the Retro Entertainment line because of the name that they first had back when they came out in the early 2010s. Other people just call them the entertainment line because they're full of Hollywood castings, whatever you want to call them. This is the first one for 2023, and it has a big one in it. It has the re-release of the 87 Toyota pickup truck from Back to the Future. This casting has been crazy hot since they only released it one other time since then, the original right there. Which is why I actually bought a whole case of them, as you can see here, because this car is going to be so hard to find that I figured it would just be worth it to pre-order the case just to get this one, because there are two. This one I've already put in a clamshell protector to protect it. They're already going for $30 to $50 on eBay, which is high because they only retail between $6.50 and $7. But these were selling for over $100, and I think still are for the originals. They probably have come down since a little bit since this one has come out, but this is the big one. I'm really excited in comparing the original to this release, just like we did the Fast and Furious, to see if one is better than the other. Hopefully the new one will be better. That way more people can get it and get the better version without having to spend $100. So the rest of the cars in the case, they came 10 cars to a case. I paid real close to retail for them on Entertainment Earth, which is a great pre-order site. They have just a ton of nerd stuff, from Funko Pop to action figures. They sell the Matchbox action drivers. They sell all kinds of stuff, including Hot Wheels. So I've gotten a lot of stuff from them recently. In terms of the value, I think it's a good value to buy from them or anyone online, because I've had such a hard time finding Hot Wheels in store now that it seems more cost effective to just pre-order them, pay a little bit extra, and have them shipped straight to your door rather than going out, taking all the time to hunt and not even find anything. But hunting is my favorite part, so I still do it. I just know for castings like this, I need to pre-order ahead of time. I did the same thing with the Speed Machines line. I pre-ordered a box of those, so hopefully those will be coming soon too. So now that I've talked a bunch, let's go ahead and check out all 5 cars that come into the set, and then we'll open all of them just to see. So the first one, obviously, the 87 Toyota pickup truck from Back to the Future. Awesome card art. It looks very cool. Just an excellent release. Next up, the Jetsons. I guess it's just the Jetsons spaceship. It doesn't really have a name. It just says the Jetsons. This is a pretty sought after casting, actually. I believe it goes rather quickly when it hits shelves. I haven't seen too many of these. I know when it was a main line, it went very fast. I haven't seen it as a main line in a while. So it's cool because it does include the stand, just like the Top Gun, the Bat, a bunch of the other like aircraft that come with the stand, which is nice. So they include that. Next up is the 89 Batmobile. They've released this a ton of times. It came out first time in 2004 as a mainline, I believe. And now it's metal on metal. They've released it a premium a million times now. It has like that chrome yellow greenish wheels, which I don't know. It doesn't really fit the car, but it is what it is. It's a decent Batmobile casting, and it's what we're getting from Hot Wheels, so I guess we have to take it. Next up, which this actually came this way in the box, which I'm a little bummed about because the other one, I don't know, I'm going to try to grab this without knocking all the other ones down. It actually came cracked too, so I don't know if there's something about these Aston Martins that end up cracking in the package, but if you're collecting those to keep carded, just know that they probably have cracks in them. So it looks like a James Bond, like a breakout scene or something, but it's cool. We've gotten this casting before, but we've never got it with those 10-spoke wheels, I don't think. So I like Aston Martin's a beautiful car, so I'm happy to have another one of those. And then lastly, we have the Batman Batmobile. This came out last year, the year before. It's the most recent Batmobile from the Batman movie. I've done a few videos on like the reviews of the different scales of these excellent Batmobile. I'm also going to compare it. This is the first entertainment release. As you can see, the card art on the new one is more red, it's darker. And this one, I don't think the cars are any different, but we're going to open up both in this video too and compare them just to see. So first, we'll go ahead and open up the Aston Martin DBS from Casino Royale. I don't want to rip it out of the package because I don't want to hurt like the wheel, so I'm just going to open it this way, the traditional style. But I will have to say, as a huge of a fan as I am of Hot Wheels, stuff like this is kind of disappointing. Like, would Mini GT ever send you a car like that? Like, I opened that fresh and both of them were cracked. Like, that's crazy to me that this kind of stuff is still happening today. Like, quality control, especially both of them, there's obviously something going on with the line. So I am bummed about that, because if you're paying $7 for these, it definitely shouldn't come like that. Like, this, it's hard enough that the car isn't coming out of the package. So, oh man. Ugh. Man, that had to be a hard hit. Okay, let's look at the sucker. I don't think it's actually damaged. It's dusty, but it looks okay. It's not scratched or anything. It's a really good looking casting. Aston Martins are such good looking cars. It has a little hair or something on it. Gross. This is a good looking casting. I'm sure that's the actual James Bond license plates, because as we've seen in the Fast and the Furious, they've been better about updating their license plates to the screen accurate one. This car looks good overall. I'm not going to spend too much time on it because I think it's been released before in a premium, but headlight tampos all around, excellent color. It looks good with these wheels. So if you're looking for a good version of this car, definitely check that one. So even though it was like hanging out of the wrapper, it still rolls pretty well. The back wheel isn't wobbling too bad. So I guess they get a pass on that one, but it should not happen. I will hold Hot Wheels accountable. Like, I would like for them to stop doing that kind of stuff, because as the diecast space gets tighter and tighter with more and more manufacturers, I am less willing to spend my money on stuff like that. As big as a fan as I am, I won't spend money on that stuff constantly if they keep happening. So, boom. 89 Batmobile. So this is a good casting. It's metal on metal. It's pretty heavy. It's long. It has that like front upswept right there for the track originally, but now it doesn't really need that since it's just sitting here. These wheels, they're big like torque thrust wheels, like almost like muscle car style wheels. I don't like them. I don't know why they keep putting gold wheels on this. They did that to the 100% Hot Wheels or the oil can cars I did a review of so long ago. It has very similar wheels like that. But to me in the movie, they were silver wheels or even bronze, not like almost like lime green, which is what those look like. Even in real life, they're more lime green than actual gold to me. So if you have one of these cars with better wheels on it, I would definitely say pass on this one because it's not really necessary. My guess is this one might be the peg warmer of the bunch, probably both Batmobiles, just because they've done them so much. Not that they're terrible castings, it's just that they just have released them so many times. You don't need 10 of those, especially if you're not like a Batmobile collector. So, okay, let's go ahead and open up the Batmobile and compare these two. This is a casting I do really like. I opened up I'm trying to think, the main line, and then what other one? I think I opened up the Jada one. It's so hard to remember, but this is actually a separate casting from the main line. This is not the main line. This is an actual premium casting made for the premium line. It is wider. It has a little bit different stance to it. It is an excellent version of this casting. One of the better ones in 1/64 scale. Probably this is the best one until the one comes along. I also pre-ordered one that has lights in it, and I believe it comes with a little Batman figure. I don't remember the company right now. It's $35. I don't know when it comes out. I pre-ordered it, but I'm very excited about it. So this car looks good. It's got the red detail. The Batmobile in general, especially this one, doesn't have a ton of color. A lot of the Batmobiles don't. It has painted taillights. It does have that nice painted engine back there. It does have the third brake light up there. You know, so he's like all street legal and stuff. It's got a gloss black bumper, a flat or a satin body, black wheels, real riders. Looks good though. Okay. Roll test. Rolls pretty good, not bad. It's got a little bit of squeak to it, but it's definitely better. I have noticed that the Matchbox workhorses, or like what are the Mega Rigs or whatever they're called, those things squeak so bad when you roll them, which is weird because Matchbox is usually pretty on with the play factor, but some of those trucks, like the cement trucks or the bigger tow trucks, man, those things squeak. Okay, let's check this sucker out. Yeah, so to me, I'm not really seeing any difference on this. Let's see. Paint looks the same. Engine detail looks the same. The taillights look the same. Yeah, I really don't see any difference in this one. So if you've already bought this, there's probably no need to buy it again. But if you're collecting these, I guess they're hitting shelves again. The first release rolls a ton better too. So yeah, that one has a little bit of a hiccup to it. So if you already have that, again, that's another one you can pass on. It's probably going to be a peg warmer, just because everything is the same. So there's no need to spend your money on it and get it a second time. So I hope I save some people from buying these cars again, because I don't like, I collect a 66 Batmobile, but if they release it so many times and there's no difference, that does start to get a little annoying. So all right, let's check this out. Jetson Spaceship. This might be the first premium one of these I've actually opened. And it does have that futuristic, like almost like space age, that atomic age stand with it. Like that's unique to this car or this spaceship, because the rest of them, like whether it's the Star Trek, the Top Gun, the Bat, like any of the Bat planes or anything, those have different stands. So this one does not have the Hot Wheels logo. It's actually kind of cool. It looks very, very retro, futurish. It's got a metal base. I think, is this plastic? That feels like plastic. It might be metal. No, that is metal. So this whole thing is metal. It's got the big plastic bubble so you can see all the detail inside. It's got the little Hot Wheels logo back there. There you can see the bottom a little better because I dropped the stand. So you can see it just plugs in with like the little hex bit right there. It's pretty cool. It's detailed. I know some people are indifferent about Hot Wheels that don't actually have wheels, but I don't mind them because I like the Rick and Morty ship. Their Top Gun F-14 in this line is one of the best castings they have. I know that sounds weird because it's not a car casting, but it is fantastic. If you have not seen that open, check it out on my other videos because I did a review of it. It is spectacular, and I'm being serious about that. It's one of Hot Wheels' best castings in the past couple years. So, all right, the showcase car here. So this is the 1987 Toyota pickup truck. This is an excellent casting. It's cool. The one thing I don't like about it, it is not accurate to the movie. Marty drove the, like, I don't want to, it's not, I guess you just call it extended cab version, where this is a single cab version. And I think the dimensions on this are a little toy truckish. Like, to me, it looks shrunk and raised too high, where that's not really how it looked in the movie. But for Hot Wheels version, or really the only version of this truck that we've gotten in 1/64 scale, it's a good version. So until like Tomica or another one of the brands like Mini GT or something make the truck, this is the one to get. So let's go ahead and open this and see how it compares to the original. So, dun, dun. All right. Blow it off there. Okay, let's take a look at it. It's license plate. It's got headlight tampos. I mean, it's a full premium. It's got those big Goodyear Wrangler tires on it. It's like I would say almost like a gunmetal wheel with a chrome lip. Toyota on the back. That taillight tampos look good. Let's see, the yellow on the light bar looks pretty good. It's kind of off-stamped a little, like that one at the top. It's not done very well, which is a little annoying. I expect it to basically be as correct as it can, but that one looks a little rough. There's a little mark on the windshield. It looks like a rub mark, which that happens sometimes where the plastic is so tight against it that it, like, when it ships, it gets rubbed. That's look like what happened there. So just be cautious of that. Check, if you even come across these in the store, or if you're looking for a good one to open, just make sure everything is tidy up top there. So, I mean, it looks good other than that tampo mess up there. So let's take a look at the original. So side by side, I don't see any difference in the tire tampos or anything. I mean, there's super up close. The tires or the wheels look to be pretty much the same color. Let's look at the front. So I would say, man, that's hard to tell. I would say the new one actually has the better tampos. It looks more realistic. The license plate is kind of horrible on both of them. Why they can't get a tampo? Like, you can see it says California, but barely. And the old one is horrible. So for realism on the front, I would probably say the new one. The Toyota, Oh man, this one has Toyota on the windshield. Oh man, does the other one, did it miss it? No, so this one doesn't have Toyota, which was a big part of Marty's truck. So that's a tough one. It's missing the Toyota, but it does, the original one does have better lights up here. At least my version is painted better. This one is a little lackluster, obviously. The Toyota on the window is a big difference for me on the old one. And it has a little bit thicker, like the headlights are painted brighter, but to me, this one is by far more accurate looking. So the turn signals on the front appear to be orangish and they're yellow on this one. So I don't know on the actual truck if they're yellow or orange, but that could make a difference in realism too. It looks like the window on this one is tinted a little darker where you can see in the other one a little better. You know, same thing, really no difference back there. Let's take a look back here. So I think the new ones are definitely crisper on the back. Like the reverse light area you can see there is missing a little. And these, I'm comparing like individual trucks. Your experience may differ on your new one and your old one too. But it looks like the more clear tampos are on the new one, even though it's got a little bit of missing the Y there at the bottom. This one looks a little bit of like screen printed on there. But overall, it looks like this is flat on the new one and it's gloss on the old one, if you can see that. So, man, that's a tough one. I would say the better quality truck is the new one, which is good news. Like, I think the tampos and stuff look better minus my mess up there. But as an overall truck, if I had to pick the two side by side, I would pick the one that says Toyota on the window because it's more accurate to the movie. So just like the Fast and the Furious breakdown I did on the cars last week, do you want the better version or do you want the more accurate version, which might mean a little less better tampo quality or, you know, something like that. But in general, I think the original one on this one is the one I would pick just because of the Toyota in the window. So even though they went and did better tampos, quality and detail, they went less realistic and left off the Toyota, which is a bummer. So, because that is a big part of his truck, because it's kind of like the Toyota tie-in, like he sees it pull up the Statler Toyota, it's on the back of the truck. I mean, it's kind of a big part of the truck's identity. So to see them leave that off is kind of a bummer. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. Which one would you pick? If you had to pick, let me know. Would you pick the new one, even though it's a little more accurate, or would you spring for the extra money and buy this one that has like the brighter and better light bar, in my opinion, and then the Toyota? I would go with the original. I don't know if it's worth, is it worth a $70 difference? I don't know. I would say no. But if you're collecting both of them, at least we have two versions now. So I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. Both of them are nice trucks. They roll well. They have those, like, to me, the Goodyear Wranglers are some of their best, like, off-road wheels. I mean, both trucks look great sitting there. And if you display them sideways like this, you can't see the Toyota anyways. So again, let me know in the comments which one you would pick, knowing the price of them both. So that has been the first wave of the 2023 Hot Wheels Premium Retro Entertainment or Entertainment line, whatever you want to call it, that features two Batmobiles, the Jetsons, the Casino Royale DBS, and of course, Marty's 87 Toyota pickup from Back to the Future. So let me know what you think of these trucks in the comments. If you've been able to find these in stores, let me know too, because it's always a good indicator of how popular they're going to be if you've been able to find them in stores. And let me know which one you would pick if you had the choice, if money was no option or if accuracy or whatever. Let me know in the comments. So I really appreciate you watching. This is Sam, 64 Wheels. Like and subscribe as always. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Langley Group, Facebook, Discord, whatnot, all the places. I'll put a link to all of them if you want to follow down in the description, and I will also put a link, if it's available at this time, to order these online. I don't know if they are. I think they're probably all sold out by now, but if I find it, I'll include it just in case. So until next time, appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys. Beep, beep.